The only issue of concern was the tender for the procurement of the BVR. And when it looked like the matter was getting out of hand, that is when government intervened, and we created this government-to-government process. And we believe with the support of the Canadian and the French government, and this delegation here from the EU is assuring us of their commitment and support, we will be able to get everything back on track and to have the election on the 4th of March. We don't expect any other problems because all the other systems are ongoing in the normal way. But the BVR tender was one of the largest in Kenya. There were a lot of vested interests, and there was a problem. This was part of the problem why the process aborted. But now we are back on track. The equipment is coming, and registration will be ongoing in November. The BVR kits, we want to assure Kenyans that we have already received some. You've heard about the 200. Already training is starting, and training will go on at different layers. The top layer that would come and start with the equipment that is available. You have been assured by the EU mission here today, amongst whom we have the French ambassador, we have the Canadian ambassador, and they are saying already they have been manufacturing 1,000 kits a day. They already have 6,000 that are ready to be shipped here, but because of bureaucracy and that occasioned the delays, we have not been able to receive them. But with the signing that has gone on today, we expect this equipment to be in the country immediately, and that should enable us to proceed. So training is going on, and we believe with the 6,000 kits arriving, we can then have all the larger groups undergoing the training, particularly the issues of the ID cards and all the other concerns that have been arising, touching on security at the coast and other parts of Kenya. And all this fall within the ambit of our ministry and the ongoing reforms. And we have assured them that we are doing everything to ensure that all these reforms are in place and preparations are done to ensure Kenyans have the opportunity to participate in the historic general election come 4th of March. We have also been very clear that whoever is responsible for the delays, Kenyans need to know who that is. And we will be able by tomorrow, as we converge and brief our principals, to say where or why there have been delays in the process. And these are issues that Kenyans have a right to know. And anyone who is responsible for these delays, if they're deliberate or otherwise, really would be doing what is not in the interest of Kenya. And that would amount to sabotage, in my view.
Well, my view is that the election date doesn't move. So I don't think it's an option to move that date. So I think that's very clear. The second issue is, as you had that time, we are very concerned with the executive. When this matter came, there was an agreement that the executive will do this, and the view we got from the executive was that this was something very simple that could be done very fast. It hasn't been, and it hasn't been done very fast. So we will hold the executive squarely responsible for any lateness, any delay, any non-doing of anything that ought to have been done. No excuses, no delays, not from the Attorney General, not from the Minister for Finance. So we'll hold them. As far as we are concerned, the elections must be held on the 4th of March, and that is the executive's. As far as the electoral body is concerned, they have not come to us and told us they have any issues. So we will assume they are moving forward. We have tried, as you know, many occasions as a committee to ensure that we follow that process very closely. And to the last point, including the push to have those contracts signed. We are an oversight body, so we are a little bit removed from the action in that sense, and we like being removed from the action. But bottom line, the elections must not move, will not move as far as we are concerned. Number two, it is squarely the responsibility of the Minister for Finance and the Attorney General and the executive as a whole to ensure that that gets done.